the Buddha could get enlightened by a scientific and rational process of investigation into the nature and all the observable items in the nature. He found out both the nature and the observable items in the nature is basically dynamic. That is, the universal dynamism is the basic nature of the nature. Dynamic means active. Active means creative. Creative means living. The nature is living. The nature is creative. Not only creative, but also destructive. That is, being creative negatively. Because something new can be created, finding the space for the newly created items by destroying the old items. Therefore, in this universal process, there is birth and death, destruction, creation and destruction. In between creation and destruction, there is transformation. Creation, Buddha referred to as jati. Destruction, he referred to as marana, death. Jati means birth. In between birth and death, between creation and destruction, there is transformation. That means the creation, decreation or destruction, which is anti-creation, as well as the transformation in between these two ends or extremes are all active. That activity is manifested by the universal energy. In fact, energy is not a thing, but an activity. Dynamic activity, constantly active. This nature of the nature Buddha referred to as anicca, translated into English as impermanency. That means nothing in this universe is permanent. Every item in the universe is impermanent, temporary. Because whatever that is created by nature gets destroyed. And in between creation and destruction, there is transformation. That is, there is jati, translated into English as birth, jara, the decay, the transformation, and marana, the death, the destruction. Then he realized nothing can retain a permanent identity. It is referred to as anattata. There is no permanent identity that can be called the soul of any being or anything. This is the main difference between Buddhism and other religions. Buddhism is based on soullessness. There is no undying permanent entity called nature, called soul. No permanency in any item of oneself or in the universe. Everything is subjected to birth, decay and death. But theistic religions believe in a permanent identity item called soul in us. That is eternal and that is permanent. The purpose of theistic religions is to lead that soul, that item, permanent item, into heaven, into eternal bliss. But according to Buddha, in this material universe, there is nothing that is permanent. Therefore, the basic nature of nature is impermanency. It gets manifested as decay, transformation. The universal energy is impermanent. That is, it is dynamic. It is creative. It is living. That is, getting changed every moment, transformed. Scientists have now found out there is nothing permanent in this material world. Matter, the ultimate item of matter that was realized or understood by early philosophers, especially Greeks, were called atoms. Atoms were units of energy, indestructible, that cannot be destroyed. Therefore, earlier philosophers found something permanent even in the material universe, in the material world. And earlier religions found there is something permanent inside us, which is called the soul. But now, scientists know that every item is changing. The latest physical theory, finalized in 1995, is called master theory. It is made up of 5 theories that get developed since 1970. From 1970 to 1995, some scientists have found 5 string theories. The basic theory is that every item in the universe is vibrating. Vibration strings, waves, wave formation. One item becomes different from the other item because of the vibrating pattern. Even inside the atom, electrons are different from protons because of the difference in their vibration pattern, frequency of vibration, frequency of their energy waves. Protons are different from neutrons because of the different vibration pattern. So are quarks that are formed by quarks inside those protons and neutrons. They are also vibrating, always in a motion. They are rotating, revolving around themselves or rotating around themselves, like the earth. Earth is very busy. Every moment it gets transformed from one state to another state, from one position to another position. In the 5th century, the Greek philosopher called Heraclitus said, "No one can step into the same river twice." He was referring to the physical world. Physical world is like a river. It is in a flux, always moving. When you step into the river once, and when you try to step into the same river again, the earlier rivers has gone down. It's a flow. Similarly, when you touch one thing, and when you try to touch it again, the atoms have got changed. Electrons, protons, neutrons and quarks have got changed because they are all active. Once this nature is realized, one gets detached from all attachments and all repulsions. That means there is no point in getting attached to something that is not permanent. Because once we get attached to something, we get attached thinking that it will last for long. But nothing can last even for a second in the same nature. So quick is the universal transformation. Therefore, when you try to get hold of something, what you get hold of is also not what you thought of getting hold of. You think of it, and when you try to touch it, it has got changed. When you try to remove it, you have to get hold of it and remove it, throw away. You can't throw what you have got hold of. At the moment of throwing away, it has got changed. So quick is the universal transformation. So quick is the universal impermanency. It is after the realization of this nature, the Buddha could get enlightened, free of attachment, resentment and ignorance of the true nature of things. Once you become aware of true nature of things, you cannot intelligently get attached to anything or resent anything. Because there is no point in getting attached because it can't last long. No point in it throwing away because it is not going to last away for long. Then you become indifferent to the pleasant, the unpleasant, and you become neutral without using the negative energy or the positive energy. Attraction or liking is the manifestation of the positive energy. Repulsion or disliking is the manifestation of the negative energy. Once you realize you are not going to waste energy, the energy gets conserved. Conservation of energy through neutrality. That you can achieve permanently by practicing the Buddhist meditation. For example, when you meditate, you become aware of what is happening inside you and outside you. Outside happenings you become aware of through sense organs. Inside happening you become aware of through your own mind. Then, for example, when you meditate on your own in and out breathing called anapanasati, awareness of one's own breathing, one becomes aware the inner breathing lasts for a certain time and ends. The outer breathing lasts for a certain time and ends. Whenever there is a beginning, there is an end. Nothing can last forever. With that realization, you get non-attached and non-resentful to all items in the universe that you become aware of, that you can experience. With that, the universal energy, both the negative and the positive aspect of the energy, is not being used. For some time, you may use the neutral energy by being aware of things without liking and disliking, taking things as they are. That is what is happening in the Buddhist meditation. Then you come into a trance where you are not thinking. Liking means thinking. Disliking means thinking. Ignoring means thinking. But awareness is not thinking. It is sensing. Sensing is different from thinking. Thinking is a motivated activity. Awareness is an unmotivated, natural activity. Awareness of sense organs, that is, the response of the sense organs. Thinking, the activity of the mind, reaction of the mind to what it becomes aware of, to what the organs, sensory organs respond. Response is different from reaction. When there is no reaction, there is less energy of mind that you are using. Conservation of energy. By that, the mind becomes calm, tranquil, quiet, pleasant, free from tension. But a little stress is used naturally to be aware for sensing, for sense awareness. When you are in a deep trance, the awareness gets lost. Such a trance is called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha. Sanya Vedaita means not being aware of sense responses. At the beginning of meditation, there is the awareness of sense responses. Hence, sense signals. Whatever the sense organs become aware of, the sense organs send a signal to the mind and the mind becomes aware of it. That awareness is natural, spontaneous, not deliberate. But once you start thinking, you think of things if you like it or dislike it or if you want to ignore it. But enlightened mind is free from liking, disliking and ignorance. That means there is pure awareness without the thinking process without thinking, through liking and disliking. At the ultimate level, even the awareness ceases. But the body is living, the mind is living, the mind and the body are in a trance. And that trance is called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha Samapatti. It is called Sunyata Vihara or Sunyata Samadhi, meaning trance of emptiness, void. That is, in that trance, the mind is free of all its content. That means no more thinking, no more feeling. Ultimate realization of nirvana is emptying the mind from its content and freeing it. That is also called Sunyata Nirodha Samapatti, cessation of awareness. But that trance is also impermanent, only for a short time. It becomes permanent only after passing away from this life. One passes away into the ultimate truth, ultimate reality. Everything we experience before that are illusion. Everything is an illusion. They are mental images. We cannot know anything outside us through our sense organs because our sense organs are not capable of knowing the true nature of anything. Therefore, we can be aware of only our mental world, only our mental images. Enlightenment means the removal of all those illusions, illusory images. That is called sunyata, freeing the mind from its content. Then there remains the original nature of the mind. That is not born, not decay, not die. That is the eternal truth. It is called asankata. Not born, not decaying, not dying. It is the eternal nature in us. And Buddha realized this by observing the nature of the nature, where every item is born to decay and die. And Buddha rationally want to find out, scientifically want to find out, if there is a creation, if things are created, there must be something that is not created. If things are decayed, there must be something that is not decayed. What is decaying? All what is born is decay. Therefore, what is not born is not decay. Not decay means not die. And that is the ultimate state, free from the impermanency. Impermanency means not permanent. Not permanent means changing. Changing means one state is dying to get transformed into another state. That is death. The ultimate reality is free from birth, decay, and death. And that state is not only outside you, but inside you too. You can realize only that reality within you. Enlightenment means the realization of that reality, ultimate reality that is not born, that is not decaying, that is not dying, that is not impermanent, that is not in a state of transformation, that is not in a state of extinction. And that is the ultimate reality the Buddha realized after his scientific and rational investigation. That you can realize one day by observing your own nature both scientifically and rationally. Your nature is within you. Therefore, your field of investigation is within you. And the ultimate bliss you can realize is also within you.